Hello everyone, my name is Aneta and I am an artist here on YouTube. You're watching now my own Inktober 2020 series called Fairytale on Shrooms, where I draw a series of 30 drawings and exercise my inking skills. If you're new to this channel, thanks for stopping by. Consider to put a like and subscribe if you like my process. This way I'll be able to create more content of this sort. Day number 9 was Moth. I really enjoy drawing everything that brings me a certain feeling of peace and includes everything night related with all its symbolical aspects. If it wasn't for the fact that staying up late is harmful for your health in a long time run, I would definitely consider myself a night owl. This is also the reason why I find drawing moths more enjoyable compared to butterflies. I find them more mysterious and not always beautiful and perfect. My idea was to combine this concept with fashion, and I imagined this fluffy dress. To be fair, I wouldn't mind to have an outfit like this one. I'm not sure if you noticed, but I also decided to make only half of the sketch and then flip it on my light board in order to make my drawing symmetrical. I changed, of course, few things here and there because I don't really like a 100% mirrored effect. I think it makes the drawing a bit boring, but on the other hand, I do struggle with symmetry whenever I draw traditionally, and it takes me always so much time to get things right. So with this small trick, I sped up the process a bit. Like in my previous painting, I started by adding a thin layer of sepia ink and then I built upon it layer after layer. I also used some black ink to add depth. Moths tend to leave this white dust from their body. I had this idea to create this sort of dusty illusion, but instead of using white or grey, I used black ink to add a little bit of mystery to the entire piece. Recently, I discovered that some artists use oregano instead of salt on their drawings to achieve these small white spots on the surface. I'm not sure if you are familiar how salt reacts with paint, but it basically dries the part where it falls, creating a sort of halo effect, whereas oregano is more gentle. It absorbs the pigment only in the part where it falls without impacting its area too much. I've seen it working perfectly with Ecoline inks, and this is thanks to an interview with one of the artists I really admire. Her name is Barbara Canepa, and she's an Italian illustrator known for her collaboration with Alessandro Barbucci on titles such as Skydoll or Witch. I'll insert one of her illustrations here to show you what I mean. As you can see, there are white spots on the water, and this should be achieved with some oregano sprinkled on the painting. Unfortunately, in my case, it didn't work as smoothly as in her artwork. I'm guessing that the consistency of ink was too heavy. Ecoline watercolors are watercolors, not inks, so I'm guessing the whole interaction is easier because the consistency is different. All in all, I used my good old salt. I regret that I didn't work more on her dress. I got a bit bored by the end and I was looking forward to finish. I still need to work on that. I tend to lose interest too fast. As a final step, in order to add some contrast, I used, as usual, some white gouache and I made some dots on the top. And this was the final result. Number 10 on my list was witch. Sadly, now when I'm recording this video, Halloween is long behind us, but I find it such an enjoyable subject and I always wanted to draw a witch with a big hat.
It's true. Leave it. I'm staying here. It's true. Leave it. I'm staying here.
Here's what you gotta do. Think.
making the line art, I fell in love with this micron with a small bullet nib. It has the symbol PN and it was really enjoyable to work with. I decided to add some cartoony ghosts coming from the lantern, and I really had so much fun while drawing her. In fact, it was probably my first time when I was patiently adding layer upon layer, and I immediately noticed the difference in the quality of the illustration. It looked more finished. I added some smaller details and made few adjustments in Photoshop because I was disappointed by the way I painted her face. I didn't register that process, but if you follow me on my next video, you'll see how I approached a drawing that didn't go well, but I didn't want to start over again and I saved it digitally. For now, that's all I have for this episode. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Ciao!